So my stance on this is basically it's been consistent forever. So there's been people that were like, well, Leaflit, how do you feel about, like, what if Trump is in the Epstein thing? How do you feel about it, Leaflit? It's been the same. Basically, if Trump is actually guilty, then he should be. They should go after him, 100%. I'm not a leftist, guys. Like, I don't care. Like, if he did something wrong, then he should get in trouble for it. That's just how I feel about it. My only loyalty is to America. Does that make sense? Like, my family and America. I don't have like a loyalty to like a specific political figure. I just want them to do the job that I want them to do the job that we pay them for. That's what I want, right? That's all I care about. So, you know, I've had a lot of people, I've had some people like smugly like message me, how do you feel about Trump now? I'm like, the same I've always felt. It's like, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. Anyway, let's see.
Elon endorsed me very strongly. He actually went up in campaign for me. Yep. I think I would have won. Susie would say I would have won Pennsylvania easily anyway, even if the governor...
He's kind of like saying like, yo, I need Elon anyway.
And the real governor, not the governor from Minnesota, he's a sick puppy, that guy. That poor guy, I feel sorry for him. But they made a bad choice with him. But if you pick Shapiro or anybody else, I spoke to him recently about his, his...
Here's another like point. Just because Trump is in the files doesn't mean that he did anything wrong. I would expect Trump to be in the files because Trump for sure dealt with Epstein at some point, and he also testified. He's also like kind of cooperated with the police against Epstein. He should be. I would expect 100% that he would be in the files in some way. So it doesn't necessarily mean anything. Is he in the files as in like he's a guilty person? Because that's different, right? Just being in the files doesn't necessarily mean he's guilty, is what I'm trying to say. You know, on the flip side, if he actually is in the files and he's guilty, then they should go after him 100%. I'm not gonna say they shouldn't. Like, you know, I'm not fucking crazy, right? If he did do those dealings with Epstein, they should 100% investigate him for that, and they should 100% bust him if it's actually like provable that he actually was involved in partaking, you know? But I think they should go after everyone in this regard. Like, even like Clinton. I mean, Clinton has way more on him, honestly. Like Clinton is like way more sus than Trump is in this regard. Trump has shown historically that he's been opposed to Epstein, and he's actually worked against Epstein several times, like publicly. This is all public information, like from the Epstein stuff, that Trump was one of the people that actually didn't like Epstein and actually did try to get him busted, right? So even just thinking about it, it doesn't really make sense. Like, why would Trump draw any attention in that way to like actually trying to get Epstein in trouble if he has blackmail on him, right? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't know, but I mean, there are ways that it's also possible, right? There's ways that like maybe Trump was involved in I'll like some kind of deal, like, I'll bust him, but then like, you give me immunity or something like that. Stuff that we don't know. It's possible, right? But what I'm saying is it's not conclusive. Elon saying that Trump is in the files it's not conclusive of anything, is my point, basically.
House being set on fire, which was terrible. That was bad. But if they picked him, I would have won Pennsylvania.
I actually like Elon. Like, I've been pretty vocal about that. Like, I do like Elon. I think like the things that he's done are pretty great. But I'm gonna be real. He almost has like this weird like insecurity where like he, like, for instance, with the gaming thing, right? With was it Path of Exile? Where he basically, I mean, it's, again, I don't know how proven this is, but it seems a lot of the evidence points towards the fact that he cheated. Well, they didn't cheat. He like paid somebody he's basically using like a boosted account. And there's a lot of evidence of him like doing this stuff to kind of puff himself up, to make himself look cooler than he actually is, which is weird because I feel like he already does a lot of cool stuff. Like, he just seems really insecure.
Tim Walz.
We want to wait for it.
Because Elon knew
evidence.
The inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here, better than you people. He knew everything about it. He had no problem with it. All of us.
Wonderful Mike says he said Asmongold can't make his own his own decisions based on the misconception of what the video editor was. Yes, that's what I mean. Is like he has a history of doing this, right? And like I can kind of see it. Like he seems really insecure just based on like evidence, like. Trying to, I'm not a psychologist, but just my view of it is he seems really insecure, which could lead somebody to like basically crashing out on people around them that when they think that the person is against them, right? So it's possible that Trump didn't agree with him on something and then he crashed out over it. He just basically started pouting, basically, right? And he did the same thing to Asmon, like you said, where he didn't really understand the situation, and then he basically used whatever he could to talk shit about Asmon, right? And then he ended up not even being right in that regard. Like, he ended up being, Elon seems like the type of person to have tantrums. Real talk, the bill is terrible though, so I don't know much about like the actual contents of the full bill, but I heard, this is what I heard. So there's some stuff I like obviously like the suppressor stuff I like, but apparently it actually increases costs a lot. Like, it increases a lot of spending, which I'm against that. So, and I think Elon is against that as well. So, yeah.
And he only developed the problem when he found out that we're going to have to cut the EV mandate, because that's billions and billions of dollars. And it really is unfair. We want to have cars of all types.
See, hold on. This doesn't make sense because they've talked about this before. Where, hold on. They had an interview a while back. I don't remember where it was. Was it on Fox? I don't know. He had an interview a while back with Trump and Elon together. They both did an interview together. And in that interview, Trump does say that, like, the interviewer asks them, how do you feel about, like, Trump, like, cutting, like, the EV spending or whatever? And Elon basically said, like, he was okay with it. So what are they talking about right now?
We want to have electric, but we want to have a gasoline, combustion. We want to have different. We want to have hybrids. We want to have all. We want to be able to sell.
Elon posted that's a lie on X. Well, let me just go through this first. I don't know.
When that was cut, and Congress,
I'm not sure. Like, how could I know what he knew?
Wanted to cut it. He became a little bit different, and I can understand that. But he knew every aspect of this bill. He knew it better than almost anybody, and he never had a problem until right after he left. And if you saw the statements he made about me, which I'm sure you can get very easily, it's very fresh on tape. He said the most beautiful things about me. And he hasn't said bad about me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next.
Man.
Oh, jeez. Okay, all right, let's go.
But I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
I think they helped each other. I don't think it's necessarily one-sided here.
Did he raise any of these concerns with you privately before he raised them publicly? And this is the guy you put in charge of cutting spending. Should people not take him seriously about spending now? Are you saying this is all sour grapes?
No, he worked hard, and he did a good job. And I'll be honest, I think he misses the place.
Underbridge Audio says Elon is for cutting all subsidies, including EVs. Okay, so with you saying that, I think, okay, it could be, this could be a possibility where Elon said, yeah, it's fine, cut EVs, but cut everything else. And then they cut EVs, but not the other stuff because, like, of some kind of deals. And then Elon was like, what the fuck? Like, I only wanted you to cut EVs because you're going to cut everything else. So it's possible that that's what happened. That he felt like, you know, wait, you're only going to punish me, even though, like, you know, I'm here with you. You're gonna punish only me and then, like, let everyone else go. I'd be pretty pissed too if I was Elon in that case.
I think he got out there and all of a sudden he wasn't in this beautiful Oval Office, and he's got nice offices too.
Oh God.
Kind of ridiculous, honestly. That was kind of a ridiculous, like, shot at Elon. It's kind of weird.
Oh God.
It's kind of weird.
I think Trump thinks that Trump is assuming that Elon is crashing out about this, but he's just going to get over it in, you know, like a month, and it's just, you know, going to be business as usual. That's what it seems like to me. Yeah.
But there's something about this when I was telling the chancellor.
I don't think he's really taking it that seriously.
People come in here, even from Germany. They come in and they walk into the Oval Office, and it's just a special place. It's, you know, World War I, it started and it ended here, and World War II, and so many other things. Everything big comes right from this.
Ben Shapiro did a take on this.
This beautiful space. It's now much more beautiful than it was 6 months ago. A lot of good things are happening in this room. And I'll tell you.
Was Ben Shapiro's take on this, was that this is a great thing because it's good for Israel?
It's not. He's not the first. People leave my administration.
It's just a joke. It's a joke, guys. It's a joke.
And they love us.
It's a joke.
And then at some point they miss it so badly, and some of them embrace it, and some of them actually become hostile.
Is that right?
I don't know what it is. It's sort of Trump derangement syndrome, I guess they call it. But we have it with others too. They leave, and they wake up in the morning, and the glamour's gone. The whole world is different, and they become hostile. I don't know what it is. Someday you'll write a book about it and you'll let us know. Yeah.
Okay, so that's basically what Trump said. And then Elon said, without me, Trump would have lost the election. The Democrats would control the House and the Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate. Such ingratitude. I don't understand, I don't know who's right and who's wrong with this. I have no idea. Elon Musk and Trump, no one predicted this would have happened. No one.
Okay, so here's the thing, is that Elon did give lots of money in terms of he used a lot of his resources to help out the they would be in a less of a good spot if it wasn't for Elon. That's for sure. I don't think there's any way in which that's not true. I think definitely
could have predicted that Elon Musk and Trump would eventually have a falling out and a crash out on each other. Nobody knew this would happen. This is a surprise, I think, to everyone, okay? And so let's go ahead and take a look at it, and we'll see why. Elon Musk's claim to support was pivotal in Donald Trump's 2024 election win, sparking a public dispute. So was Elon Musk's support of Trump very important? The main thing that was important actually wasn't Elon Musk supporting Trump. It was Elon Musk buying Twitter. This is something that I can say with certainty.
It's huge, yeah.
If Elon did not buy Twitter, I do not think Trump would be the president right now.
Because they would have censored the fuck out of it. Like basically on X, you only really had X and Rumble where people could kind of barely anybody uses, like whatever, Truth Social. Like people only use Truth Social basically to look up Trump's tweets basically. It was basically just Rumble and X, and Elon buying it really opened it up because nobody uses Rumble except for right-wing people generally. So X really was the only middle ground that they could have even reached out to moderates.
I actually think that buying Twitter was a timeline changing event. It was a genuine 100% timeline altering event.
Yes.
And whether Elon supporting Trump was what changed it, or whether him giving the money changed it, I think that's harder to say. But I think that buying Twitter, and again, also, by the way, he would have never supported Trump and he would have never given him the money if he didn't buy Twitter, right? And so it had to be either all 3 or 0. But yep. I do think that 100% buying Twitter was a massive...
Really, sis, I wonder if Elon is bipolar. I mean, he definitely has something going on. He's autistic. He uses drugs. Does he really? Is it proven that he does drugs? Is that real? I don't know how real that is.
Massive shift. And I think that shift, like buying Twitter, caused a shift in the entire internet, right?
This might sound kind of crazy, but I'm not obsessed enough with these people to care about what they do in their private lives.
Because now you have companies that are talking about free speech again. They were never talking about free speech.
I mean, obviously, I think it's a bad thing if they're doing that, but...
Back in the day, they were talking about censorship, misinformation, and, empathy-based, fucking moderation. Be interesting to see what Republican lawmakers do now. I know lawmakers say they should side with President Trump or Elon. Oh, and some food for thought as they ponder this question. Trump has 3.5 years left as president, but I will be around for 40 more years. I mean, in my opinion, I don't know why... how is this even a fucking sides issue? In my opinion, I think it's pretty fucking obvious that it's a bad idea and it's not good that you can have a bill and there's 50 things in the same fucking bill.
I said this to you before. It's I hate these things. These freaking omnibus bills where they just put a bunch of random shit in there and then it's all or nothing, guys. It's I fucking hate this. That they have to vote on things that they don't like to get things that they do like. That's why they do these big bills. How much of this is them not wanting to vote as much? It's corruption. Basically, it's more easy to pass because politics doesn't read too much. See, this is fucking off. Dude, these people need to fucking do their jobs. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. The government fucking sucks. I'm not a big fan of the government because they won't just do their jobs. Just fucking vote, sit there and vote. That's your whole fucking job. What are you doing? And they were giving 2 days to read the whole thing. It's freaking ridiculous. They should just vote on individual stuff. The bill is 1,116 pages. Guys, you cannot hate the government enough. They're so bad. They need to just do their fucking jobs. They need to sit there and fucking vote. You know what they should do, guys? They should just do like a good old fashioned, like, basically you put everyone in the room, you hand out the paper, the paper, like, this is the bill, read it right now, and then vote on it. Like, literally read it like right now. What the fuck is this? Yeah, you can only pass one bill with 60 votes a year. The Democrats would tank every other bill, then tank all of their bills. Good. Then the government does nothing. Great. Sounds great to me. Sounds amazing, actually.
This is a problem. Like, really? Like, how is this even a conversation at all? I don't know. Who do you guys?
I'm a fan of the government doing less, but I'm not a fan of them being lazy in terms of like, oh, we're gonna do this big omnibus bill where nobody has to read it. Like, that's so fucking irritating. Like,
What do you guys think is right in this? Is Elon right or Trump? What do you guys think? Yeah, how do you guys feel about it? Elon? I kind of feel like
yes. What Stabbed Otak says, you want them to do less but do it well? Yes, basically.
is too, honestly. Yeah, Trump, Elon's Delulu. I feel like there's such a massive amount of things in the same bill that you have to say yes to everything in. This is a
exactly.
This is a
It's
ridiculous premise. A crazy.
It is, and the reason they do this is so that they can get you to vote for shit that you do. So you're like, oh, I really like that. What, suppressors? Suppressors legal? Love that. And then you're just like, yes. And then like there's a bunch of other shit in there that you actually hate. It's so irritating.
Easy premise. Elon has a black eye and then he hated Trump. Well, I don't know if there's a reason for that. Sounds silly. Regardless of right and wrong, the bill's retarded. Yeah, I mean, like,
it
there's
is,
definitely
yeah,
that.
100%.
No, I think that like really doing the you owe me thing, like to Trump or whatever. I think this is like I've never seen a time where telling somebody that you owe them something because they helped you. I don't think that that's ever been a beneficial thing, and I think it's always like kind of like a combat option RPG dialogue thing to say, where it's going to put that person against you, it's going to alienate them and make them mad. And so like if you do that, it's just not really it's counterproductive, right? And so like for me, like remember what I've said before, right?
But again, like Elon has shown that he's not really good at this.
Like I only say things and do things that are in my best interest, right? And so when I see this, I think to myself, oh, I don't think he's really acting in his best interest here. The bill's incredible for tax cuts and border for deportation. Well, who cares? Like, why are tax cuts and the border in the same bill? These are two different things. It's like, why would you? It's like you're serving. It's like you go to Walmart and actually, no, that's not a bad example. You go to Home Depot and they also have. They're also selling dogs.
Yeah, we've got this.
It's more like this. It's more like this. Like you want to buy like an apple. Like you go to the store and you're like, I want to buy an apple, and they're like, you can't buy the apple. It comes in a pack with like a banana and a pear and an orange and a pineapple and some celery, and there's also some spinach in there. And you're like, but I don't want the other stuff. Like, yeah, well, too bad. It's freaking ridiculous.
Enormous federal budget deficit, and it's a $2 trillion deficit. It keeps growing. Our interest payments are higher.
Elon is actually not wrong. We should cut spending. He's not wrong in that.
Than our Defense Department budget. That's I think was the real wake-up call for me, was looking at seeing that the interest payments on national debt exceeded the Defense Department budget.
Guys, the only reason to do a thing like that, and I'm gonna tell you, this is how it works with merch too. Okay, guys. It's literally like cable TV. Exactly.
And that was only growing.
Seems like some bullshit to me.
Oh, you want Comedy Central and the Discovery Channel? Well, too bad. You better get like everything else.
Over time, which meant if we didn't do something about this, then
you better pay for fucking Martha Stewart as well.
Any money for anything. We'll just be servicing debt.
And you know how to read an income statement, and you know how to read.
I mean, anybody can look at a number that's like 20.
It's like, oh, you're a woman and you want to watch some true crime? Well, have some ESPN as well, right?
$1 trillion, and it says negative 20 trillion. Like, I mean, if anybody got it.
This is why YouTube is fucking killing it right now. You can go on YouTube and get exactly what you want.
Like, how many? Like, let me think about this. All right, so 20 trillion. Million, billion, trillion.
Yo, anyone in chat ever have those anyone in chat like boomer enough to remember like having a friend that had like that box that basically descrambled the cable signal so you can get free cable and you get like free pay-per-view and shit like that? Is that like the fucking the box?
I mean, that's
no, it was like a box that basically it it like decrypted the signal or whatever. Like basically there's like a certain like the signal was always there. You had to pay to receive the signal, basically. Like they had like something to like make it so that the signal actually converted to video, but people would just get their own private little like boxes that basically did that. Yeah.
Stresses me out just looking at it. Really? Like, I mean, that's bad, bro. Like, that's really bad. Yeah, I mean, is it 30?
Yeah, it's basically jailbreaking. That's the best way to explain it. If you're a Zoomer, you don't know what I'm talking about. It's jailbreaking, like for your phone, but for your TV, basically. So you would like jailbreak your TV so that you can like just receive the signal and then like whatever you want, basically. Is like that, yeah.
Is it 37? Oh.
It's piracy, but for TV.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's scary. Look at that. Yeah, wow, that's awful. And so anyway, what the fuck? Yes, exactly, what the fuck? And so yeah, the amount of spending and everything is insane. How are you doing this? And in my opinion, you have to tax people more money. Like you have to find another way to make more money. Tax rich people and corporations more money. That's, in my opinion, one of the big solutions. Stop spending as much money on stupid shit.
I don't agree with this, by the way. That the solution is to tax people more. Not a big fan of that. The reason why is because, so here's the thing. You cannot really tax rich people, because there's two things that happens if you tax. So rich people like just historically accept a certain percentage of taxes. Anything beyond that becomes too pain in the ass to deal with. And it de-incentivizes them to like either make more money, or they try to find ways around it, which is taking their money elsewhere. You don't want, so here's the thing. So say you have let's just make up some shit. Like let's say you have a billionaire, right? And then you tax a billionaire like a fuck ton. They'll be like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go like move to a different country and I'll take my business there. And now you're making zero, right? So like, but so if you have like you have a billionaire who's making, let's say he's making, I'm just gonna make it up. Like say he's making like $100 million, right, a year, right? You tax him too much, he leaves. So say like of the $100 million he makes, like let's just say like you get 30. Let's just go like 40 million. You get like 40 million of his money, right? And then he basically leaves. Now you're not making 40 million. And you might say, well, Leaflit, rich people don't pay taxes anyway because they have all these loopholes. Yeah, but they're creating a lot of the jobs that do pay taxes. So like basically the infrastructure and like the business that they created is actually making taxes in of itself, like through like employment taxes and like other like fees and stuff like that. Sales taxes, for instance, like for local stuff. They're actually creating money, just not necessarily completely from them. But if you make them leave to like a different state or a different country, then like you're not making that money anymore. Someone else is. So like, and the problem is like if you tax like a certain thing, and like you see this with tariffs, right? Where, for instance, if I get tariffed 50% on Fumos, right? I'm not going to pay the 50%. You guys are going to pay the 50%. Do you see what I mean? Because like if they tax me, I just increase prices, right? So like that's basically, if you tax rich people more, they're just going to pass that off to the consumer. So that's why I don't think, I mean, obviously like you should tax people like fairly. And I think there's a certain amount that you can tax rich people where it's still worth it for them. It's kind of a value proposition, right? Where are they receiving like, the benefits from, working in America? Are they receiving enough benefits to offset the amount that they're paying in taxes? There's a certain limit that you can tax them before they just like, fuck it, I'm out of here. Like, this is dumb. I mean, the same thing. It was the same thing with me, right? Where like with California, there's a certain amount of bullshit I can put up with. And then after I reached like peak bullshit, I was like, all right, well, fuck you guys, I'm out of here. And then I left California, right? So like California is not making my tax money anymore, right? Basically the same thing.
Stop spending as much money on the military. Like, really, it's insane. Increase taxes, decrease spending.
The military one is a little bit more, there's some nuance to it, because it's possible that we're spending we're wasting money in the military. It's possible, but you do need to spend money in the military because you need to stay at the top, basically. All of like the freedoms that we have, every benefit we have as America is only protected by the military. So I know a lot of people hate military spending. I don't really see it because the thing is, we're not really under like major threat right now. But the only reason we're not really under major threat is because we're fucking strong. If somebody tries to fuck with us, we'll blow them up, right? So it's kind of like, that's the only reason. It's just weird. It's funny because the fact that we can not like the military spending is the reason we need it. Does that kind of make sense? Like The comfort we have to say we don't need military spending is created by the fact we have military spending, is what I'm trying to say. So we should be updating like our stuff all the time, like always researching like the best tech, obviously. But what I think the problem is, and this is 100% possible, there's a lot of waste. There's a lot, a lot of government contracts that are corrupt, and like they're just like taking our money, and like that's also possible. But that's what we should go after, rather than saying like we don't want military spending. Does that make sense? We should fix the problem. We should fix the root of the problem rather than the symptom. The symptom being we spend too much money, so no more military spending. That's not what we should do. We should fix the problem, which is the corruption.
Spending, yes. Obviously, I mean, I don't know what else to say about this, but yeah, there it is. What a waste of time by our president, right? And make things about Elon. He should be simply clear. These are conditions. The bill will reduce the deficit. How he will create the deficit. Use that to lead, not fight with citizens. Yeah, exactly. And the thing is that the goal, obviously, is to reduce the amount of money the federal government is paying out in interest and the amount of debt that it has. So it shouldn't really be about Elon or in interest and the amount of debt that it has.
Military is one of the few things the government should spend money on, yes.
Elon or not. It should be about the debt and how you're going to reduce that. And let's see if I can find any more of these here. And I was shown the bill. I wasn't. I think he means to say he wasn't, right? Like even, yeah, I think he means I wasn't shown the bill even once. I'm not even sure. Let me go back. I'll read some more of these too.
Hey, Elon, I don't know if you knew this, but you can edit your posts on X.
And you have to.
You could also delete it and then rewrite it. It's another thing you can do.
You have to spend money to make money. Yeah, but like, what's the long term?
I don't know if he knows that much about X.
Like at least explain that, right? Explain that if that's what it is. And so anyway, let's see here. What is this here? Greg Yang, awesome. Is this anything interesting? And let me double check. Fixing bot replies. Yeah, that would be nice. And let's see here. Yeah, I mean, like a lot of people are. This guy would win a landslide, and these are all.
Do you think it could be a psyop by Trump and Elon to maybe get the FBI to release more stuff? I have heard that theory. I think that conspiracy theory is like unlikely, but it would be really funny if it was real. I would be really happy if that was real.
Post from old Donald post right here. The more you learn about the debt deal, the worse it gets. 17 trillion national debt. So let me get this straight. So in 2012, 13 years ago, so where's the America national debt?
Oh my God. Fuck.
So debt per citizen is $100,000 and debt per taxpayer is $300,000. This seems really bad. Did they know about this?
This is very bad.
In the government, have they seen this website? Did anybody?
The thing is they know about this. Here's the most fucked up thing, by the way. The most fucked up thing about it, they know about this, but what they do is they kick the can down the road. They're like, I don't want to deal with this. We'll let the next group deal with it. And then the next group says, oh man, this is fucked. You know what? I'm too old for this. Next people can deal with it. And we keep passing it on to our next generation, to the children of the next generation, and then the children of the next generation, and the children of the next generation. And in the end, someone is going to have to pay for this. They're basically passing their sins on. They're passing their sins on to the next generation to have to deal with, because none of them wants to actually take a stand on it. Because who wants to be the one that says, hey guys, like, sorry, no more services. Sorry guys, like, I can't give you guys free money anymore. No more free money. Sorry. No more free food. Sorry. Who wants to be that person? They don't want to do that. So they're like, how can I get away with it? Like, maybe just like, I'll just cut a little bit here, and like, you guys, I'm being more responsible with the money. And then they just kick the can down the road to the next person. And the next person gets it, and they're like, holy fuck, what the fuck are you guys, what were you guys fucking doing? What is this? And you have now this like bullshit in your hand, and you're like, man, do I really want to deal with this bullshit, or do I want to give it to the next person? And just do it over and over again. But eventually the entire thing is going to collapse on somebody. It's like a game of hot potato, basically. They're literally playing a high stakes game of hot potato. And who's the person that's going to have it at the end when time's up, Did
anybody show them this? That's not how it works.
Does anybody even fucking remember hot potato? Fuck, that's an old game, man.
Okay, so Here's really, so this is what I find, this is what I think is interesting, is that even if you can't reduce the national debt to zero, every single thing, and this is one thing that I think should always, this is a big shift that I think has happened with companies, and I think it's because probably, you know, with Elon, I think is a big reason with doing how he did Twitter, is the idea that even if you can't reduce this number to zero, you should try to reduce it to, like, I don't know, 35, you know, instead of 36. Like, that would be
what does
better,
that take
right?
to, like,
I mean,
actually,
shit.
To actually reduce it again, it's going to take people, it's going to take someone has to say no. Someone has to say no, sorry. You know what? And here's what's gonna happen, right? So say, like, let's pretend like I'm a politician. I'm like Leaflit politician, right? And I'm like, guys, this is fucked up. You know what? We're gonna reduce it to 35. This is like too much. Okay, Leaflit, what should we cut? That's fucking, I don't know, cut some food spending, you know, cut some welfare. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, we can't pay this. And now everybody makes a campaign that says Leaflit wants children to starve in the inner cities. Leaflit is racist. She wants black people to have less food. That's what's gonna happen. And then they're just all gonna go on me, and then I'm gonna lose my job. Right? And then everyone's gonna like, did you guys hear that Leaflit is racist? She doesn't want people to have food. And then they're just gonna vote me out of office. And then the next person comes in, and the next person sees me get fired. And this person goes, oh shit. Now they have the hot potato. They're like, oh god, this is terrible. Like, oh fuck. We're this is too much money. And then they're like, man, I gotta do something about this. And then they think about it. Oh man, remember what happened to Leaflit? Oh god, she got fucking destroyed. And, like, you know, they were you know, they were having a protest at her house. They're having a protest at her house. You know, somebody TP'd her car, man. And then somebody tried to fucking shoot her. It's crazy, right? It's crazy, right? I don't want that to happen to me. So you know what? Fuck it. Next person. That's what they do. I'm just gonna make money. I'm just gonna get in here. I'm gonna get rich. I'm gonna get rich real fast and then get the fuck out before anyone says anything. And that's basically what happens. Leaflit, let those fuckers talk. Thank you for the vet stock. See, and this is the problem, is they just keep passing responsibility.
And so the problem really, just fix the deficit. Yeah, and also wealth per 500K. Yeah, this is insane. Revenue per citizen is 15,000. So you have the debt. So you have the debt is 107,000 and the revenue is 15,000. This seems like it looks like these guys are making AAA woke video games. This is a really, really bad return. This is like, bro, I'm pretty sure in some of these cases, Concord might have had a better return than this did.
The problem is we created a society. We created a society in which it's okay to, like, just expect the government to give you money. We created an entitled, this is the problem. We created a culturally entitled society where people feel like they deserve shit from the government. And if they don't deserve it, then they're going to pout about it. They're going to throw, like, a fucking tantrum because, like, the government stops giving them stuff. This is why I said this before, that entitlement and lack of gratitude is a huge problem. That's, like, the biggest problem right now, culturally. It's everything you said is just known as the system working precisely as this.
This is
probably
bad. Oh my god. Yeah, it's never going down. It's in fact going to rapidly increase due to a cumulative debt increase. Yeah, I mean, this is insane. Well, he goes, whatever. Okay, let's see here. And
correction, liberal college professors from the hippie age started this communism wave that resulted in this debt. The root of it is entitlement. What is communism but entitlement?
Whatever, keep the EV solar incentive cuts in the bill, even go through no oil and gas subsidies are touched, very unfair, but ditch the mountain of disgusting pork in the bill. In the entire history of civilization, there's never been legislation there's never been legislation that is both big and beautiful. Everyone knows.
Guys, you know, the older I get, the more I realize that the 7 deadly sins are responsible for literally every problem that humanity has. You can trace everything to it. It's actually crazy.
This either you get a big ugly bill or a slim and beautiful bill.
Not even in a societal way, but even on the individual level, like in every aspect of life. If you think about, like, your life, you think about the problems that you have, you can actually trace it to the 7 deadly sins in some way. It's actually wild.
Beautiful. I've been trying to tell people this about video games for the last 5 years. Bro, I've been saying this for over and over and over. Yep, see, there it is. It's the same with everything, right? It's a fat, retarded bitch.
Snoopy says, I'm new here. Are you religious of some sorts? Yes, but I'm not very good at it. I say that all the time. I'm a very flawed person.
Ain't nobody want a fat retarded
I'm just aware.
bill. And maybe I should tweet that out.
Wait, did he actually? No.
Should I do it?
Do it, Asmon. Well, I'm gonna go like it.
Do it.
Oh my god, he did it.
There it is. Okay, yeah. No, I
Guys, we're only.
this is the thing.
Guys, we're only 14 minutes in.
If you were
the
to
video.
ask an average citizen, do you think that it makes sense that bills include like all of these different
I have an excuse, okay? Hear me out. I'm a woman. I make everything take longer.
unrelated issues and they're all put together? What do you think average citizens would say about that? What do you think the average person would say? Because I think that most people would say, listen, it's fucking terrible. Like, I would assume that like 90% of people would say that it's silly to put everything that's unrelated together in the same bill. This is like Noah's fucking Ark. Think about it. And everybody knows that shit's fake. You can't have an alligator in the same boat with a chicken, or you're only going to have an alligator. So
I remember one time I went with my uncle and my aunt, and we were going to like, it was like, oh, I was like, oh, you want to go like, go to Walmart and like look at like fishing stuff or something like that. And then like my uncle was like, yeah, that sounds cool. And then then my aunt was like, oh, I'm coming too. And he goes, yeah, I'm not going anymore. Yeah, I'm good. I was like, oh shit.
did Trump post about this as well? I bet he did.
And then I went, and it took 2 hours. We were at Walmart for 2 hours.
Let me go back and see. So here we go. The easiest way to save money. Okay. So this is the post. Trump just made this post. Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew for months I was going to do. Yeah, I thought, by the way, this was public information. Because even I knew that Trump was getting rid of the EV mandate.
Yeah.
I thought he said it, and I'm pretty sure even he said it with Elon in the room.
Yeah, it was during the interview.
Yeah, am I crazy? Yeah, I thought that's what it was. Okay, that's what it was. Trump's lying. Elon doesn't give a fuck about this? Well, I'm not sure. The easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised Biden didn't do it. So now he wants to terminate Elon's subsidies. I don't think that's a good idea either. Like, I feel like this is, this isn't good for anybody. And Trump just said that Elon didn't know on TV. Well, I'm not sure, right?
California high-speed rail. They've been trying to build that forever.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Yeah, crash out. Why not? Because I think Tesla and SpaceX provide a value to the public that's beneficial. And I think the government helping fund private business that operates in a way that's beneficial for the public is a good thing. That's the reason why. It's pretty simple. Like, I'm fine with government giving subsidies to any company as long as the company is doing something that's in the best interest of the public, right? Well, this is more of it. Let me see if there's any more.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about that. I guess Asmon's right there. It's just it's so corruptible though, man. Like, the government subsidy thing is it's so easy to corrupt that. It needs to be like crystal clear, like to the public. Like, we need to have like full info on that if they're gonna do
Criticism
that.
that I've seen, and I'm sure you've seen, regarding Elon Musk and your big, beautiful bill. What's your reaction to that? Do you think it in any way hurts passage in the Senate, which of course, what is you're seeking?
Well, look, I've always liked Elon, and it's always very surprised. You saw the words he had for me, and he hasn't said anything about me that's bad. I'd rather have him criticize me than the bill, because the bill is incredible. It's the biggest cut in the history of our country. We've never cut. It's about 1.6 trillion in cuts. It's the biggest tax cut. You would say, people's taxes will go way down, but it's the biggest tax cut in history. It's we are doing things in that bill that are unbelievable. And when you look at what we're doing for small businesses, for people, for middle-income people, all of the things that we're doing, nobody's ever seen anything like it. And, Elon's upset because we took the EV mandate, and, which was a lot of money for electric vehicles. And
Elon says that's not true, right? It's not about the mandate. Like, he says, let me see if I can find it.
Elon did, like, again, when they presented it to him on the Hannity thing, he didn't seem upset about it at all.
Real quick, where did he say this here? Where'd it go?
No, again, that can change in the scenario which I described earlier, which where Trump was like, oh, we're going to cut the EV thing. And then Elon basically was like, sure, as long as you're cutting everything. If everybody's getting cuts, then fine. And then basically they went back on that. We're like, well, the Elon cut is easy because he already is okay with it. But these other people are like less happy about the cut. So like, let's give them a break. Then he's like basically giving a break to people that are, that weren't cooperative. And I can see that Elon seeing that as unfair. So that's like one possible scenario in which I can see it shifting. So it is possible that it is possible for there to be an unfair situation that would cause Elon Musk to actually back out on it.
And I'm not sure exactly where it went. Such an obvious lie is so sad. Elon's wearing thin, asked him to leave. The EV mandate. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, he said that's not what happened, or that's not why he cared.
A hard time, the electric vehicles, and they want us to pay billions of dollars in subsidy. And, you know, Elon knew this from the beginning. He knew it for a long time ago. That's been in there. That's been, I would say, JD, that hasn't changed. That's been right from the beginning.
Yeah, so maybe that's not the reason why he's
Thanks
mad.
for the bits, Doc. Thank you.
Like, I mean, wouldn't that logically make sense that, like, if this thing that was there the whole time, and, like, I'm pretty sure Trump even, like, I don't know, maybe this is like a Mandela effect, but I remember Trump saying something about getting rid of a Biden or something like that EV mandate, and Elon was in the room at the same time.
He's not wrong. Again, we talked about it. It just happened. It happened.
Am I crazy? Like, I don't know if somebody can find this clip or find this video, but like, I remember seeing this too. That happened. I think it happened.
Sean Hannity interview.
The secretary
3 months
hasn't
ago.
changed at all, right from the beginning. But I know that it disturbed him. He wanted, and rightfully, you know, he recommended somebody from that he, I guess, knew very well. I'm sure he respected him, but to run NASA. And I didn't think it was appropriate. And he happened to be a Democrat, like totally Democrat. And I say, you know, look, we won. We get certain privileges, and one of the privileges, we don't have to appoint a Democrat. NASA is very important. We have great people. General Kane is going to be picking somebody with our. We'll be checking him out, seeing. But he wanted that person, a certain person, and we said no.
Yeah. What is this here? The EV mandate. The EV mandate is the Green New Deal. So he campaigned on ending it, and everyone knew it was ending. Yeah. I don't even. I don't know why.
And, you know, I can understand why he's upset. Remember, he was here for a long time. You saw a man who was very happy when he stood behind the Oval desk.
Yeah.
And even with the black eye, I said, do you want a little makeup? We'll get you a little makeup. But he said, no, I don't think so, which is interesting.
Somebody said that there was like him and like I think that Scott guy got in a fight over some bullshit. I honestly wish that we could bring back getting in fights in the Oval Office and getting in fights in Congress. Like everybody says, like, oh, this makes them look
like the European countries, they just fucking start fighting each
bad.
other.
No, absolutely not.
Is that Europe or is that Australia? Maybe it's both.
Disagree. I'm a big fan of getting in fights publicly over legislation. And the reason why is because if I have a congressman and I know that he's willing to throw down for me, he is willing to get in the arena and fucking fight it out for my money and my interests. All right. Okay, now we got somebody that gives a fuck, right? Fair point, yeah.
Kind of true.
Now he actually cares. You know they care.
And very nice.
Back in the day, yeah, they used to resolve this all with duels. They all go to New Jersey and shoot it out, you know?
He wants to be who he is, so you
Because, like, back in the day, you couldn't just talk shit, right? Like, you couldn't just, like, make a tweet and be like, yeah, you know, this person's a bitch. Because if they did that, if you did that and it wasn't really warranted, the other person could be like, okay, well, duel me then, right? Either retract what you said or duel me. So it's like either, like, you 100% believed it and you're like, yeah, I 100% believe what I said. I stand by what I said. Fuck it then, let's go, right? At dawn, right? And that's what you would do basically back in the day. But like now, you know, now that that's illegal, it's just like people just talk shit for free now, right?
Anytime I see somebody fighting in Congress, I'm like, or anywhere in the world.
No, I'm saying that's how it worked back in the day. That's how they did it. That's how they kept like civil, right? Because you couldn't talk shit. It would mean that like, you know, either you retract it or you duel me or you're a bitch.
I'm like, all right, this guy really means it.
Look, Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we're well anymore. I was surprised because you were here. Everybody in this room practically was here as we had a wonderful send-off. He said wonderful things about me. You couldn't have nicer. Said the best things. He's worn the hat. Trump was right about everything.
Well, I don't think Elon is really criticizing Trump. He just says that the bill is bullshit and it has a bunch of stuff in it that it doesn't
People died
need.
from duels a lot. They didn't actually die usually instantly.
I mean, I feel like that's very different than him. Like, Elon's not criticizing Trump as a
And yet it was also another thing to like actually not shoot the other person. Like basically to be like, I'm better than this. And then like you shoot into the air basically.
person. He's not saying Trump's a bad...
Be like, you're not worth my bullet basically. And it was like another way. It was still like kind of satisfaction in terms of like, it was still satisfaction in terms of like, yeah, I did duel you, but like, you know, like not worth it.
President. He's not saying that Trump is like bad. He's just saying the bill is bad. Like, I feel like these are two very different things.
And I am right about
whose side are you on?
Big, beautiful bill.
This is the side that I'm on. I think that it would have been better if Elon stayed in the government and kept auditing different parts of the government. I was disappointed that he left. I was hoping that he would stay in the government for all 4 years and cut out all of the military overspending and everything.
Yeah, me
and
too.
I wish that he had gone through every single thing in the entire government and audited every single fucking person with a bunch of 22-year-old dick joke making, Lord of the Rings loving fucking Zoomers. That's what I wanted him to do. I wanted him to be their reckoning. That's what I was. Yes, he'll be back. Well, I hope so, right? And the thing is, because I always said they're doing USAID because I hope that they're going to, you know, like you level up by killing low-level mobs in Night Rain. So that way, by the time you get to the Night Lord, you're fully geared up and you're ready to fight him. Well, the Night Lord is called the Pentagon. And so I understood why this was happening. And I thought this was a smart idea. Like, okay, let's start small and build up.
Yeah, because you gotta learn like the ins and outs. You gotta figure out like the best way to go to raid, right? It's actually perfect analogy. Yeah,
it never happened, and so like that's why I was very frustrated. I'm like, well, and like also, oh, he's only gonna stay here for 120 days. Who decided that? You did. Just change just say never mind. Just say no. Actually, we like things how they are.
So the thing is with Elon is it was a little bit hard for him because his companies were. There was a lot of like confidence being lost in his companies because he was focusing more on like the government stuff rather than like his own companies. So there was issues with like stocks and stuff like that, like shareholders, like for Tesla and stuff like that, which is like why, by the way, this is why Elon said that he wanted to like take all of his public companies, like reprivatize them. Because he said he's never doing like a public thing again, because once your company goes public, you have all sorts of like responsibilities to like shareholders and stuff like that. And it gets really fucking annoying. And it's like the reason why he can't do that. Again, Elon himself said it was a mistake.
We're going to keep doing him this way. What's the problem with this? DM Elon about this? You know what the funny thing is? I bet he probably agrees with me. He probably does. He probably does. It's probably the exact way he feels about it. Yes. And anyway, Trump wanted to wanted him to get into power. That's all. Well, I don't know. I mean, again, like Elon is being critical of Trump. I mean, I don't think you're really like I don't know. It's just like, for example, when I read this, I don't think that this is really being critical of Trump. This is, and also like now, like Trump is the one, like Trump is the one that made it personal with this tweet, right? In my opinion.
Yes.
Before this, Elon was just criticizing the bill. Like that's my opinion. Am I crazy for saying that? No. Get Elon go on stream?
I mean, look,
I
like,
he's going to tweet out what he's going to tweet
fair.
out. I still I feel bad. I told them I was going to have
Elon started this? Wait, how did Elon start it? How did Elon start it? Elon called Trump he did that because of Donald Trump making this, basically. Isn't that what happened? Trump started it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he's the first one that made it personal, basically. So Elon did criticize the bill, but then Donald Trump criticized Elon as a person, which then made Elon fire back, I think is the timeline.
Had that rat in my house, and then I had other shit. I still haven't gotten back to them with all the stuff for like X. I bet he's probably a little bit pissed off, right?
Oh yeah.
And so like that's it. And I don't want to message back until I have it done. But Yeah, hot take. What's this here? Epstein files are the hindrance to all progress. The Epstein files are the hindrance to all progress in the government. Honestly, I would believe that, right? And let's see here. Not saying Elon, the autism is wrong, but not Trump. Well, no, I'm just saying.
Can we just pull the Band-Aid off already and just get the freaking Epstein files out there? Like, just
in general,
just do
right?
it. Just release it. Fuck it.
Let me see. Did you say anything? Anything else
Let's
besides
get over
that?
this, guys. Like, I want to be over this Epstein thing.
No, he hasn't. There's nothing else. And Trump said 10 months ago that he would remove the EV mandate. Yeah, I remember very distinctly watching this happen. But anyway, let me go back to the rest of it.
We call it a great, big, beautiful bill because that's what it is. And again, biggest tax cuts in history, biggest economic development moves anywhere. Yeah. We've never done anything like it.
Someone needs to make like a parody of like that Bill song from Schoolhouse Rock. It's like the big, beautiful bill. Just give it like a glow up or something, you know?
The business is spurred, and I don't know if you've seen the numbers, but the numbers came out. Even the CBO, which is run by Democrats, said that we're going to be doing. You know, I'd like you to discuss it. The 2.8 trillion that the CBO. This is a group of people that are Democrats. They're very hostile to us. They just came out with phenomenal numbers, what it does. You want to mention that, Scott?
Yes, sir. So what we've seen is we keep hearing from the CBO that there's going to be a large deficit from the bill, which we disagree with, but using the CBO scoring, they came out and scored the tariff revenue. We think it'll be the minimum of 2.8 trillion over.
I'm going to be real, guys, though. You know what I'm really excited for? I'm excited for the rise of Yawgmoth's bargain. That's what I'm hyped for.
For the 10-year window, which actually puts the
His
bill
time
in
will
surplus
come.
if you include the tariff
Yawgmoth's
revenue,
bargain.
which they won't do.
It gives you a tremendous surplus, but we're not allowed to use that. For some reason, they say scoring. No.
I don't like this messaging. I don't. Because it's not about whether it creates a surplus or not. Like, for example, if the government is operating under a surplus with the bill, that doesn't mean that it's automatically good. Like, would you rather have a C on a test or an A on a test? You would obviously rather have an A on a test. Well, I mean, maybe, right? I mean, usually that's the case. And so like a B, right? Yeah, of course, right? So you'd rather have a higher grade. So it shouldn't be about whether, like, and also here's the thing is that this is what I think Elon should do, is that, like, this bill is public, right?
Oh my God, you guys think Elon's gonna watch this? He's gonna watch like Asmon's coverage. He might actually listen to Asmon.
Like, the public can read this bill. I'm pretty sure they can. He needs to find the pages and find the things that are part of this bill and then post them on social media, specifically what the problems are. And like you're saying, like, where's the pork? I don't know where the fucking pork is. 99.99999% of Americans will never read this fucking bill, but they will read a page of the bill.
Yes.
And if the page of the bill is put out there and the public sees that this bullshit is in the bill, then that will change people's opinions more than anything
That's
else.
actually a great idea.
Because again, it's evidence and it's proof. That's what matters more than anything. Grok can analyze it? Well, no, because Grok isn't the one calling it pork. Elon is the one that's calling it pork.
Yep.
So he should be the one that's defining what he means by that and which parts of it are problematic and which parts aren't. You know, like, that's really what it is. I mean, I feel like that's clearly, like, Trump will twist it. Well, it's not about Trump twisting it or not. It's about the information being available to the public. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? It's totally beside the point. No, I think this is the point. The point is that, so whether the government makes more money or not, I don't think really matters all that much. Or sorry, is making money or losing money. I don't think it matters that much. What matters is if you're doing it in the most efficient way possible. You can win, but you should have won more. And whenever you, like, I mean, again, this is coming from somebody whose dad, I would get a 97 on a test, and my dad would ask me, what did you miss? Okay? So, like, I understand what, you know, like, taking
wait, hold on. Asmon said that he was getting, like, 97s on tests? That's really good.
And it would always annoy
he said he's a dumbass. He called himself a dumbass.
Me when he would do that. But at the same time, if you're missing points and you're not getting things right, then you're still not operating at efficiency.
Oh my God, he really is the most humble streamer.
Is that my point? Yeah, I feel like that's it. Okay. Give me a minute.
Wait, what?
Okay, let's see if this looks good. Okay.
Oh my
yeah, there
god,
we go.
dude. Oh.
Perfect. I think I should just tweet it out. Okay. This seems like a problem. How about that? Tag Elon? No, he follows me. He'll see it. Yeah, no, it's fine. Well, let me see. Yeah, is this good? You guys like this?
No, honestly, I actually do hope that Asmongold and Elon, become, that Elon maybe listens a little bit to like Asmongold stuff, and then like, maybe they'll help. I think that'd be great.
Yes. Okay. Good.
White Asian father, why are you not doctor yet?
And you might get retweeted. Yeah. Let me see. And wow. Okay. Perfect. Yep. There we go. And I don't know. Like, I mean, somebody got to say it, right? I mean, shit. Time to drop the really big ball. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That's the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, Donald Trump. Oh boy.
I'm checking if it was replied to. Elon did reply to it. He did. Elon literally replied to it right there. Elon Musk says yes. Yep.
And yeah, what an interesting day, guys. Crashing out? Yeah, I guess so. I am so glad that Elon made this tweet. Do you know why? Because I love accelerationism. And him saying that Trump is in the Epstein files will move us one step closer to them releasing the Epstein files to either contextualize...
That's the reason why people they have a conspiracy theory. That's the conspiracy theory, right? Is they think that this is all a ploy to get them to release it faster, because they will. They're going to want it now just to get Trump, right? Can you imagine like how big of a bait that would be if like this whole thing was to get... Honestly, I hope it's real. I hope that's a real thing. It'd be actually so amazing that it was all a bait to get people to be like, yeah, see, like we gotta release the Epstein files because like we can finally get Trump, guys. And then they release it and actually just fucks all of them over. Oh, great.
Onto him.
Oh my god, it would be so.
I'm a big fan of this. I think this is great.
It would be cinema.
Thank God.
It would be
let's see here.
Ransomware.
Trump was implicated in those files. The media and Democrats wouldn't have dropped that nuke. The reason why, so you bring up a very good point. If Trump was actually implicated in these files, why didn't the Democrats drop it? And you want to know the reason why, I think? It's because they were implicated too.
Yep.
I think that they were both implicated.
I think a lot of them
And the only
are.
reason that we're knowing about it, and this is also, like, I'm just making this up. Like, I'm guessing. Like, this is like a theory, okay? Is that they were all in on it. Elon Musk wasn't in on it because he wasn't really part of the government, and he's also younger than a lot of them, too. So it would have happened before, like, he really kind of came into prominence.
Yep.
And so he comes in there, and he sees this, and he's like, what the fuck? Maybe. But like, and that's the most beneficial and the most generous towards Elon. Now, there could also be Elon Musk is exaggerating this in the same way that Trump is exaggerating, what do you call it? Trump is exaggerating the this bill, right? Or Elon getting mad about the bill because of this. So like, they're both just, there's a good chance, again, they're both just making shit up about each other. Dude, if they don't release them after this is going to be like, if they don't release them and they don't explain this, everybody is going to think Trump was actually on the island with like the underage girls and everything. I don't mind Elon turning against me, but he shouldn't have, but he should have done so months ago. This is one of the greatest bills ever presented to Congress. It's a record cut in expenses, $1.6 trillion, and the biggest tax cut ever given. If the bill doesn't pass, there'll be a 68% tax increase to make things far worse. I'm here to fix it. This puts our country on a path to greatness. Okay, so this is just whatever, right? This is the bill. I feel like the Epstein files are a bit more of a contentious topic now than the bill. Like, am I crazy for saying that? I think it's a bit more of a big deal.
I'm looking right now at the Truth Social stuff. It looks like there's no reply to it, basically, to the Elon stuff yet. Yeah. He didn't reply to it yet, it looks like, I think.
In light of the president's statement about cancellation of a government contract, SpaceX will begin decommissioning its Dragon spacecraft immediately. Is Elon spiraling out? What is it? Let me just look it up. I'll look it up right now. What is the Dragon spacecraft SpaceX? The Dragon, is it for purpose and variance, Cargo Dragon, or Cargo Dragon? Key feature, missions, significance, first commercially built spacecraft. The Dragon marked the first commercially built spacecraft to service the ISS.
Yep.
Oh, man. Oh, boy. Basically handicapping NASA. Yeah, I do think that this makes Elon look bad. I do. I think this makes him look bad because, again, how's this real right now? Yeah, especially because, like, this is, again, like, people are going to view this and see this as, like, Elon, what do you call it? Like, they're going to view it as, like, him putting people at risk and not wanting to help, like, the astronauts.
Yeah, basically.
Because of some personal, like, issue.
Basically, it makes him look like he's throwing a tantrum. Like a little child, tantrum.
That's what I think people are going to see this as. It's going to seem like it's a petty thing. I don't think they're going to begin decommissioning. Yeah, I hope this doesn't actually happen, right? And
the thing is, we have to keep remembering, guys, that multiple things can be true at the same time. That Elon is having a tantrum, but then he also might have a point with some things, and Trump might have a point on some things as well. They don't have to be mutually exclusive, right? It's not like an issue of like Elon is 100% right, Trump is 100% right? Like they can be like varying shades of like right and wrong on individual actions that they take.
We'll have to wait and see, though.
A lot of people have trouble with this for some reason. Like a lot of people just have trouble like parsing like the individual actions and being like, well, that one specific action is bad, but then this other thing is good, and he does have a point here. And yeah, people just kind of lump it in like, I'm on team Elon or I'm on team Trump or whatever, and then they basically fuck everything the other side said or did, right? And I think it's a major problem is like people have that kind of mentality, and in a lot of cases it's just a little bit more broader than that. Like it's left versus right rather than Elon versus Trump, right? Oh man. Oh my goodness. JD, where are we going? We're sending you to Mars, Elon, just like you always wanted. I don't have my species. Oh my goodness, man. Your name is Elon now. No, not the Zuck. Not cucked by the Zuck. Oh no. This is a shame, this back and forth. You are both better than this. Cool off and take a step back from a couple days. Good advice. Okay, we won't decommission Dragon. Okay, so you know what's funny though? The funny thing is though, this basically confirms that Elon was having a tantrum. This is 100% like confirmation that Elon was having a tantrum. Because like, so he posted like, oh, we're gonna decommission it. And this person says like, yo, like cool down, take a step back. And he's like, good advice, we won't do it then. This means he wasn't thinking straight, which means he was having a tantrum. Yeah. Humans are flawed, okay, guys? Humans are flawed. That is reality. Kim be a rocket man now. Fuck that asshole. Dude, it would be actually amazing if world leaders did contact each other through XDMs. Would be like amazing. Slow news day. What are we even going to talk about? Oh my god, dude. I can't wait for the rise of Yawgmoth's bargain, guys. I actually can't. Dude, look, dude, the drugs. I think you're right. I think you're right. I think the drugs wore off, guys. Look, the drugs wore off. Look, I support real Donald Trump and Elon Musk, and they should make peace for the benefit of our great country. We are much stronger together than apart. You're not wrong, says Elon Musk. Please make up, don't kiss though. And he laughs at, dude, the drugs wore off. He's back. Oh, you think it's the opposite? You think he smoked, you think he did the drugs and now he's chill, basically. Man, that's crazy. All right, okay, let's see this thing here. This never needed to get personal. Just a little follow-up here.
A beef is developing between Trump and Elon. And man, am I disappointed. But first, here's what's going on. Last week, the House passed what Trump is calling his...
Thank you so much, Ango Brother. Thank you for the Prime, man. Thank you.
Big, beautiful bill. Elon called the bill a massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill and a disgusting abomination. The bill is huge, over 1,100 pages. There are completely different interpretations of how the bill impacts our $2 trillion deficit and nearly $37 trillion debt. The Congressional Budget Office, or CBO, says it increases them. Trump's team says it decreases them. So what's the truth? The answer is, it depends. Trump's team is correct that they and the CBO are using different assumptions. But even if they use the same assumptions, the fact is that whether the deficit shrinks depends on how much the economy grows. If GDP growth is modest, around 2 to 2.5%, tax revenue growth won't be enough and the deficit will grow. On the other hand, if GDP growth is exceptional, like 3.5%, then Trump's team may be right. The CBO is not projecting that the bill will create exceptional growth. Trump's team probably is. Part of the problem here is that this is just not being messaged well and in one place. We're getting a bunch of tweets and fragmented statements that we, the people, need to cobble together to understand what's going on. But personally, that's not my biggest issue with what's going on. This is how Trump responded to Elon.
So we've done a great job.
You know how like sometimes like when you're playing a game and there's like a new patch, right? And the new patch is like, what the fuck? Like this doesn't make any sense. Like they'll do like some nerf and you'll be like, why the fuck would you nerf that? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. And then the developers put like a developer patch notes. They go like developers note. The reason we did this is this and this and this and this. They're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. They need that. They need that, guys. I literally did that actually last patch. Like there was like a patch in the tabletop, like right here, the latest update. Here, there's like a rework. And I added the developer's note just so people understand like kind of the reason behind it, right? Because I feel like people like would have saw this and been like, oh man, like Forager got like turbo nerfed and like they have less combat power now, right? And I was like, yeah, well, this is intentional and like this is why it gives them a little bit more like utility, which is like the whole point of the class. So like that's why I added the developers to kind of like decode like why I did what I did, so it's more understandable for people. I think that they need that for the government. They need somebody to do that for the government.
Elon knew that. Elon endorsed me very strongly. He actually went up in campaign for me. I think I would have won. Susie would say I would have won Pennsylvania easily anyway. And I'll be honest, I think he misses the place. I think he got out there and all of a sudden he wasn't in this beautiful Oval Office. He's not the first. People leave my administration.
You know, just a little bit of insight though. And I kind of can see this, like where this, I can kind of see a problem. And the problem is that, so when you're so deep into something, I'll take game development, for instance, like something easier to understand. When you're a developer for a game, you are so like intimately tied with the game, like as in like you have designed for it, you've worked on it, you've done all of that. It becomes hard to understand the experience of a new person or a different person, right? Because you're so deep in like, you understand how the UI works. So like it's harder for a developer who's worked on a game for so long to come to the realization that the UI is bad. And the reason why is because they've been used to that UI since the game was in beta. You understand? So like when a new person plays it, they're like, what the fuck? I don't understand. Like this UI sucks ass. I don't fucking understand this. But the developer is incapable of understanding how they feel because they've been used to that UI for years, right? So you have a case where these government people, they inherently understand, oh yeah, of course, like, you know, duh, like, of course all of this matters, like based on like, you know, the GDP, like if the GDP goes up, then like obviously like all of this matters, right? But the thing is most people don't have an innate, like innate understanding, like an immediate understanding of it. Like they have to like think beyond, like they have to think an extra layer. It's not an automatic understanding, like how it would be for a person that's like been working in the government, like for a person that's been like president for like 4 years and like all the other people like in his orbit that kind of have an understanding already of like of like how, like what they mean by you know, deficits and what they mean by deficits and surpluses, right? Like the average person doesn't have the same understanding of it, so they need somebody to be like, listen, like this is what we mean by it. That way, kind of, again, people that are not integrated into it can still understand. And again, I bring up the concept of UI, right? Well, like, have you guys ever had a friend, like you play the game, like you play like a game genre and it's had the same UI forever, and then you try to get your friend into it and they just can't understand it. Like, it's like, oh, what the fuck? Like I don't like, what? You're telling me that attack is a shoulder button and not like X? Like what the fuck? Why is it the shoulder buttons? And like if you play like a lot of games like if you play a lot of Souls-like games, you already understand that like attack is a shoulder button, right? That's what I mean. Yeah. So like that's why like a person like wouldn't understand this, and they need to explain this to people. That's my point. Vodin, thank you so much for the sub, by the way. Why do you think Elon wants the big slim bill? Thank you.
And they love us. And then at some point they miss it so badly, and some of them embrace it and some of them actually become hostile. I don't know what it is. It's sort of Trump derangement syndrome, I guess they call it.
What a disappointing response from our president. Look, there's a reasonable disagreement to be had about whether this is the right bill.
Thank you,
I can
Snoopy.
understand
Thank you for the
why,
gift.
on a human level, Trump would be disappointed that his friend challenged his bill. But Elon critiqued the bill. Trump critiqued Elon.
That's true.
Elon is a citizen. Trump is our president. We elected him to lead. He should be leading, not fighting with citizens. Now Elon is firing back by accusing Trump of being in the Epstein files,
And again,
which I find...
And again, guys, both can be true at the same time. It can be true that like Trump probably shouldn't have fired that shot at Elon, but it can also be true that Elon is crashing out, right? Like that Elon is throwing a tantrum and he's crashing out. That's like that could be simultaneously true with Trump should have probably not done that.
And unnecessary and disappointing by Elon, especially since he was originally taking a more principled position. But here's what's most important. Mr. President, this is a 1,100 and...
Krista Trump says it's pretty well known that Trump is a jerk, though. Yeah, but like basically the point is that this isn't in the best interest of like so if you stand for the things that like kind of Trump is working towards, this doesn't help. Basically, this is only a negative. This is again a wisdom check error. Like I've been saying, this is a wisdom save fail. Basically, is he shouldn't have done this because it does not help him at all. It doesn't help anybody. In fact, it helps the other side. As you can tell from like the news cycle, it actually helps the other side more than him. Again, a wisdom save error.
16-page bill that passed 2 days after being introduced. Politicians made a bill so long that no one could read it. And then they voted on it without reading it. It extends tax cuts that you made in 2017 but did not reduce the deficit. So hopefully you can understand our concern. We want an explanation, not retaliation and escalation. Please make it clear the conditions under which this bill reduced the deficit.
Yep.
And tell us in one video or essay or speech how you plan to create those conditions. If this is really one big, beautiful bill, then please give us one big, beautiful explanation. Currently, things are escalating between Elon and...
I just realized I think the government needs a designer. They need they need like a community manager or something like that.
Trump. But this shouldn't be about Trump versus Elon. This should have never become a personal fight. Elected leaders are supposed to lead. If we, the people, are wrong about the bill, then show us what's right.
Thank you so much, Shinkage. Thank you for the bits. Watch your YouTube videos, another banger. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Nuanced. That was actually that's actually good. Yeah. I agree with that. I don't like it. I'll post you guys the link to this one right here. I think he did nail it. Yeah. I just want to win, guys. I want to win. I want the best for like the country, and like them fighting is not good. Like let's admit, like this is not good. This is not good. It only gives fuel to the people that are actually bad. Right? We need them to stop fighting. Like no more party infighting. They're literally party infighting in front of the fucking boss. You know what I mean? Like we're in the. It's like, listen, guys, we're in the middle of a raid right now. We're already aggroed on the boss. Can you guys fucking chill it, and like, can we focus on defeating this addict? Can we focus on beating the boss? That's, you know, let's not wipe. You know, and this is like hardcore mode too, right? This is permadeath.
You are my friend.